Good day, paper engineers in training. I thought I would show you a little bit. You've been watching this build so far. Now, I showed you on the other video about rolling up these tires and wheels to make them look correct. Now, something I will show you at this point, because the black paper, which represents rubber, has to be a little bit wider than your rim. It's really kind of crucial if you want it to look right. Now, I will show you how to go about getting your tires to set down correctly. It's easy to get the paper to go back and forth, left and right off of your build. And I think I've perfected a way to keep that from happening. Now, I start this right at the tail section of the other piece of paper, because you want these things to fit together just right. Now, we make sure that stays on there. Oh, darn it. Okay, so anyway, it's very difficult to get this stuff started. And if your fingers are not quite as agile as mine are not as agile as they used to be, it sometimes takes it a minute to get it to where it sticks. Okay, so now once that's started, then you bring it right around on top of itself right there. Now what that does is that gives you a good tight fit. Okay, so now if you have dental tools or a toothpick will work the same as a dental tool. And what you want to do is you want to put a little bit of glue on there, and then you want to run it ahead of itself. Okay, with these tools you can do that. All right, it saves a lot of glue. And saving things today is a very important thing to do because everything is expensive. Okay, so now we've got that. Now, I take my thumb and my finger and go on the inside and the outside, and I keep this finger adjusted here, and then we just twist this up on here like so. And what that does is the thumb keeps it from coming too far out this direction, and your inside finger keeps it from rolling off inside. Oh, that's the end of the glue right there. Okay, so now we're going to add some more. And this is how you end up with wheels and tires that look really good. Okay, got too much glue. All right, so we take this and we take this piece and we run it right off of there like that, and we just put it in there and it sucks right back down into the bottle. And so anyway, that is where we're at right now. Okay, so here we go. And that twists up right on there just like that. The excess glue comes off on your fingers, and you have a very cool looking tire. Now, once you sand this edge down and roll these edges over and sand off the ridge where the end of the paper stopped, this is what you come up with. Then you paint your inside of your rims the color you want. Now, something I'm doing too, which I forgot to do on this rim, but I did on that rim. I've been sanding these ends down before I put the black rubber on. And I forgot to do that on the prototype. I didn't do it at all on the prototype, very little. And so anyway, that's why I keep the #1 prototypes. Because they're not the best, but they are the first. This is #2, as you maybe can't tell because it's a 2. Anyway, this is #2, and I'm going to be getting ready to start mounting it onto here because these are now done, other than getting them cleaned up. These are cleaned up. So what you have to do is you have to set it in here and see if it fits. Okay, it does not fit. All right, will it fit back here? No, it won't fit back there either. All right, how about this one? Nope, that won't fit, that won't fit. Okay, so the way to fix it won't fit problem is you just take these little bitty fiskars and you snip out a little tiny piece of this. And what that will do is that will allow the tires to fit inside of the wheel wells. Okay, so now we're going to test this out and see. Oh, look at that. Now they fit. Yep, now they fit. Okay, so these are always adjustments you end up having to do. And I think, now I've been looking at this part of the build here. These need to be inside about half the wheel distance, about like that. Okay, because there's skirting that is going to go around this to make it look like a Cybertruck. Okay, so that means all these chassis pieces are too wide. I'm going to have to trim them all down. Now this is a lot harder to trim down when you've got the wheels and tires on it. So it's one of those kind of things that, darn. And so anyway, I need to just kind of trim that piece off like that. And then I've got to go in here and I have to start trimming this piece off. Wait a second. You know what? I'm doing that wrong. I should have went this way with it. No, that's not working either. Doggone it. So, looks like I got to do this. Much easier to do this like this than it is like this. But that's why I don't do things with the prototypes. I keep them because there's errors involved in building from scratch. And this is one of those kind of errors right here. And so by keeping all the prototypes, well, they're number one. Yeah, first off, they're number ones, and I'd like my family to have those, but they may not. It's one of those kind of things that I'm not sure how this is all going to work out. But anyway, the prototypes are all your little errors that happen with them are all on the number one. That's why I tell you always build 4, 5, well, 3 to 5. I suggest building 5 of any kind of anything you want to build, and start with micro machines. Start with small ones, because what happens that way is you don't waste a whole lot of paper trying to figure out how to do stuff. Dremel tools, I tell you what, they come in handy, really handy. All right, now that's fairly cleaned up. Now we're going to check this right side. Okay, so now what we've got, see, is that now sets over the wheels correctly, and this fits on here all right, and so it's going to be good. Now all I have to do is start figuring out the angles. I got to bend these or cut them. All right, so back to this one. There it is. Now that we have this, uh-oh, that did not stick right. Okay, well, that's all right. Just add some more glue to that, and then hold it down. I have to clean this rubber up, and like I did this side here. You have to roll this all in. Now I'm going to show you that shortly, like really shortly, because that is going to stick. Now what you have to do is you have to shape these. These Dremels with these sanding discs, they come in so handy. Saves you literally hundreds and hundreds of hours by using a small power tool to do what you have to do. Now this is my heavier sandpaper. The smoother you turn your piece as you're sanding it down, the more, the better your wheel will look. Okay, because if you can't figure out how to move this the right way, what happens is you end up getting flat spots. By turning the axle, you're turning the wheel a lot faster on the outside edge. So this is spinning, you're gonna get a much better reaction out of your sanding of your paper. You can see how I've got these tipped. That lets it roll inward right here. All right, that's something that people don't think about because you have no practical experience with that. But my brain, the way it works, it's always thinking about how's that supposed to really look? And so now, there it is. Now see this one. This one needs a little bit more along that edge. And what I try to do is I try to match up the left and right wheel. And you don't have to worry about sanding through the color of this because you're using black construction paper. So no matter what, it's going to look good. Now what I'm doing right now is I'm just cleaning this wheel up, or this tire up some more, because it had a little bit, it had some indents here where I didn't put the paper quite right. You can see it along there. Anyway, that happens because I forgot about the thumb and forefinger thing to keep the paper lined up on the inside and the outside of the tire. And so those are just little blips that you miss over time when you don't do a lot of these, because it's been a long time. I did the DeLorean tires on 3.5 of 24, and this is January, February, March. This is 3 of 26. So it's been 2 years. I forget in a 2-year span how to do something. Well, this is the second set of tires that I've made, so now it's more solidified in my brain. Okay, that looks pretty good actually. All right, so now I have those. All right, so at this point it's time to paint the rims. Now you can paint these rims before. You don't have to wait until, like what I'm doing right now. Probably should have painted them before, but I don't know. Sometimes I get ahead of myself when I'm filming. And now I take care of my brushes. This brush that I'm using right now is 17 years old. I do not let paint sit in my brushes. I make sure that I have a area that is just for paint brushes. Now you can see that looks better than the first one. So as you improve with your building techniques, your builds will get better. Okay, almost done with this video, you guys. I could stop it right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you watch me finish doing this. I use lots of paint at this point because I want it thick, and when it starts to dry, it becomes, I think, a cooler finish. But that's just me. That looks good. Okay, so now we stand it up right like that. I'm going to put this back on here. And clean my brush. All right, Paper Army, salute.